G'day folks, and welcome to Great Chesterford Junction Model Railway. This is the update for July 2022, and it's a bit late I suppose in the month. We're nearly right at the end of the month, and I've been away for a couple of weeks during the month since the last update, and consequently not a lot has been done. So all I've done is I've modified another kit. It's a signal box, it's a Metcalf signal box. It's this one here, and it's been considerably modified, and you can see just by looking at it that it's got some additional pieces on it. It's got railings in front of the windows. The outside deck has been removed from the front of the windows. The whole roof has been retiled, etc., etc. So what we might do is take you through a slideshow of how this was done, and I'll see you back at the end. Well, this is the kit in question, the Metcalf kit, the bog standard PO233, and I've added scale scenes slates to the roof, and it's just to improve that rather flat looking print that was there. And here you can see that the roof is complete, except for finials and ridge capping. And then I printed myself out some weatherboards to overlay onto the building, and I will do cover strips that you can see being covered there at the moment, the printed ones, but I'll do cover strips for that. I've also cut through on the corner joins so that I can fold the weatherboards properly. The inside of the kit is grey card, but I intend to line it with internal weatherboard, and you can see the external weatherboards now are pretty much complete, and I'm doing the ends now with internal weatherboard as well. Some of the cover strips are going on. This is just put onto cereal box card and cut out the appropriate width and all that sort of thing. All the edges are blacked with a texture, so we don't get any white edges. And of course on the corners there'll be cover strips as well to match those that are on the side walls. The glazing has gone in, and there's internal weatherboard, and I've done some trim around the doors and windows, architraves and etc., door jambs, with the weatherboard that I had. I've also printed out some images off the internet, little clocks and timetables and all that sort of thing to decorate the walls. It's probably overkill, but you know, once you start these things, it's sort of snowballs. So that's how it's going to look on the inside, and of course we've got to get the cover strips on this corner here, but it's coming along nicely here. And then I started experimenting with levers, and this is overkill here. The wire's way too big, and that's a staple that's meant to symbolise the handle, but it's all too big, and so I thought I need smaller wire and smaller staples. So that was a work in progress, but you know, it just gave me an idea of how it might look in there with a little daypole figure. He's the right size and everything. So yeah, we're coming together here. Things are looking good, and you'll note that the arrows are supposed to meet there, but when you have the kit flush on the table, they don't actually meet. But anyway, it works anyway. Internal lining board on the under the roof, and yeah, it's all coming together. We've got some corner strips on there now as well, and we constantly check to make sure everything's sort of fitting together. Now this is the bottom part of the kit, and that colour brick is very similar to what I printed out. However, I think I've got more to play with when I've got my own sort of paper added to it. So to fold the paper back, you cut diagonals in the sections that you want to fold back, and I usually put PVA on the little sections that I want to fold back because it holds it quite well. So here's the bottom section, main walls complete, and then there's the inserts as well. I've added some scale scenes, lintels and sills here, but I only printed them out, not in colour but in the grey scale, so that's why they look like they do. Checking the fit now, and what I intend to do on this kit is remove the outer floor that goes in front of the windows, so that's why it's all been done differently. This is a lighting channel that's being fitted or test fitted here. This is just made from 3 strips of card, and I've got some little pieces on the walls to support that. So we're checking things again, making sure it's all fitting together properly. The lower strips around the bottom of the top of the cabin have been fitted on as well. And we're starting to get seriously close towards the end of the build here. I've put a new floor into the building. I downloaded a print of some floorboards, and I've made it up to suit the actual floor in here. And I think it looks quite good actually. And there's a hole cut out in the corner there for some conduit to take some wiring down through the bottom. Yeah, I think that looks okay. But this is just a test fit again. And this is what remains of the original floor. So I had to use that under the toilet and the landing just there. So it's necessary to have that, and it also supports the stairs. This is the bracket that supports the toilet. Just folded card, and we've got a roof on and ridge capping on the toilet now, and all the cover strips on the corners, etc. And the toilet sits nicely on its supporting bracket there. And I decided the signal box needed a wood burner, so I found this image on the internet and I printed it out, and I'm going to stack these little cutouts together, probably 5 thick I think it was. So they're glued together, and then I've printed out a strip of paper to wrap around it to make it look complete. Also, it's sitting on a brick plinth which was made from the pop-out pieces from the windows on the bottom of the kit. So I think that looks okay. It also needs a chimney, and I've got here we go. A friend of mine, Chris, decided to print these levers out for me. I didn't know he was doing this, but he saw me struggling with making levers, so he's printed this out for me, 3D printed it, and it looks terrific. I couldn't have done anything as good as this. It's got a slight bow in it, and so that's something that we can sort out anyway. But here I'm trying it with my little signalman to see what it looks like, and I think they look great. Painting the barge boards here in a matte brown, and the barge board spaces need to go on. They won't be seen once the barge board actually goes on over those. And on the roof we had to punch a hole through to put the chimney through for the wood heater. And the little black piece there is a weather strip which will seal the roof where the chimney comes out. So now we've got the barge boards on. Everything's out of sequence once you start fiddling with the kit. So I need to get wiring through, and I have to wait till the very end before I can put the wiring through and assemble the whole thing completely. But you can see that it's getting there. So painted the levers, and they came up a treat. So yeah, they're ready to go in. And this is the floor for the base. You'll note that there's a hole punched through there to put the wiring through. I've fitted the heater in with its chimney prior to the floor going in, and the levers have been stuck onto the floor, which was a sheet of card, but I felt that I didn't want that card to bow up, so I've reinforced the floor from underneath with 3 strips of card, and that'll keep it straight and level all the time. You can see in the background there that the stairs are being painted as well. So that's how it sits in the building, still not permanently fitted. And my little signalman's there trying to pull the lever. He'll have the bar that's in his hands removed. Here you can see in the far corner there's a conduit to take the wiring through to the bottom of the building. I've downloaded an image of signal box diagrams and instruments and put that in. Also made a little bench to fit in there. I was going to make some chairs and a table, but that didn't actually happen. But yeah, this is the undercoat for the signalman, just to give him a base coat, and then he was finished off in black and white, etc., and fitted into the box. He also had that bar removed from his hand, and I've put his hands around one of the levers there. Then the signal box had to have a nameplate, so that was made up on the computer. I later gave that a couple of coats of PVA just to seal over the top of it and give it a bit of a shine. A couple of LEDs being fitted into the lighting channel, and that's the back of it. Simple 2 wires to be fed down to the bottom. You can see here how the signal box name's got that shiny look to it. That's from the PVA being fitted to it. And also there's a light on the outside of the box on the lower part of the building. The light cover was made from a piece of cable tie. We're testing the lighting here just to make sure all is good before we actually join all the bits together. So far so good. Then once the roof was put on, it was slid over the chimney and the weather seal could be fitted permanently. Then we've added ridge capping and finials at the ends. And then I decided to add some railings across the windows to stop the signalman falling out when he opens the window. I've also put a conduit in here from the outside light around to the back of the building. And it's got guttering, downpipes, it's got the whole works, it's got the stairs fitted now. Yeah, everything's pretty much complete at this stage. You can see the back of the building's been treated as well with guttering, downpipes, etc. So then I took it out in the sunshine to take some photos of it, and you can get a better idea of what it looks like. I think the colour's a bit over bright actually. I took these pictures with my phone, so everything looks a bit brighter than it actually is. There's a nice shot of it there sitting on my patio railing. And there we are, that's it. All done, all ready to go. Well, that's it folks, short and sweet. It was quite a bit of work actually. Once you tackle these kits and start to modify them, it really extends the time that it actually takes to build the kit. And the kit in itself is quite a good kit. It's quite sturdy, as all the Metcalfe ones are, and would last for years, built as it was intended to be built. But once you start modifying, well, you start adding extra time to the build. But that's my personal choice, so what can you do? Anyway folks, take it easy, take care, and I'll see you next month.